So hi everyone, my name is Claire, not Crystal, and this channel is about empowering you in your own divine feminine, divine masculine energy and whatever's going on in a twin flame connection. So, we're not that far away from AAA. Exciting, guys. But a little bit like on the twin flame journey, when you're like, I just want to be with my twin flame, you just let it go. You just let it go. And one day I'm going to wake up and it's going to, and I feel I will catch it on 888. If I don't, I'll get over it, but I like to be able to screenshot it. And also when it gets to 888, I'm going to give something away. I don't know what, so, but yeah, I was going to do some sort of free giveaway, so a session or something like that. It's probably easier to do. Yeah, something. So, don't want to make this too long, but famous last words, we'll just see. So, what has happened though is, well, right now, the Spotify's on one of my favourites, certain things, and it's, I can't even think just now. This is what I mean, this is what I'm like in a Pisces. I mean, I just need to rest, but basically, the bits that always stand out about that song are the line, I'm virtually yours. So there can be about having a connection through the internet. I mean, that can be loads of different ways, can't it? So whatever, I just looked at 144. It doesn't always need to mean that you met on the internet. I mean, it could, for some people, it could mean that you did meet through the internet, or it could mean that in all the modern ways of like all these different apps and shit like that. Or it could just be in lots of other different ways, like one of the magical high priestess divine feminines might do something like this, and their magical high priest divine masculine might watch them along with everyone else. I've never said it like that, but that's the way it came out today, and that was pretty funny. So, because there are lots of magical high priestesses that do this, so right. So, and priests, yes. So, so I just caught that. So along with that, so a year ago. Why is it all James Arthur? It's only like, I mean, okay, so something significant about a year ago. But also, so what just happened there, and I'm gonna have to look at my phone. I caught this film like seriously like 2 or 3 times last year, might have even been the year before, and it's just like this cheesy, you know those films that are like movie 24 and that. It's just like the cheesiest film ever. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I fucking love it. I was like, I watched it the first time and I really got into it, and I really got something from it. And then I watched it again. I was like, so because I found it today and I'm just like chilling in my bed, I was like, I'm going to watch this again. But what I've done is I've just paused it because I caught this is now I just got drawn to free. There's well that'll have significance to someone. To me, that means ascended masters, but it's more important what it means to you. But that goes for any time I'm interpreting something, actually, by the way. It's like, if it means something different to you, go with that. That's a given. Oh yeah, and everything I do is channeling, everything I do is clearing, healing energy. So yeah, that's important that you know that. I'm always clearing energy in these, so yeah. Right, what was I going to say there? Yeah, so just this wee film's quite cute, right? Because it's called It Was Always You. So there's a message in itself. It was always you. It's like this feeling of whether it's from the moment this person's met you, they've always known there was something special about you, or they've always known that you had a special connection, or this kind of feeling of it's always been you that had this person's heart, and nobody's ever been able to get anywhere near how they feel about you. And now that could have been conscious, or that could have been quite, lurking about in the subconscious, because the bit I caught in the film was like, the guy, oh yeah, and the names might be significant too. So what's her name again? His name's David. I remember that much. That might have significance. that's really going to annoy me. I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. Lizzie, that's it. Elizabeth Lizzie. Her name's Lizzie. Right, so again, that I wouldn't be surprised if at least what it'll be is at least someone's twin flame will be called David, and I actually do know that's for loads of people I've worked with, David or Dave or variations of this. And by the way, if you didn't know that about me, I'm actually really quite bang on the button at getting names in mediumship and twin flame stuff in general, but I tend to just do it in personal sessions. A whole lot of shaking's just come on, so I mean, again, like I just said about interpreting, you can interpret whatever you want from that. I know what springs to mind when that song comes on for me. So I think, well, it might be about reunions and unions, or somebody's nervous. I mean, there's loads of things you could get from that. But oh no, actually, piece together what I said. If it's always been you, someone's nervous to tell you that. That's what I'm getting from that. This actually could be a rather romantic channeling today, more so than ever, guys, and not because we're a few days away from Valentine's. And like I said, is this when people celebrate Valentine's, or is it the weekend after? I don't know. That one always confuses me. I don't know, or not at all, because I know that's something lots of people like to say. Oh, I don't celebrate it at all. It's just too. It's too commercialized. I don't like. It's like, oh, shut up. Stop, you know what I mean? I don't like saying shut up, but it came out of my mouth. I never really believe people when they say that. I'm like, all right, really? So you try to tell me that if somebody showered you with gifts and flowers and made you feel amazing, you're going to be like, oh, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, do you know what I mean? No. Stop talking shite. Anyway, sorry. But do that for yourself. Treat yourself. If there's nobody in your life to do that for you, do that for yourself, and then one day you will magnetize somebody that treats you like that too. Don't stop till you find that person, actually, is what springs to mind. So, but I'm going to read the wee bit that I got pulled in this, because, let's see. So, the film's called It Was Always You. That's a message in itself. And so this is when the wee wise granny is talking to this character Lizzie, right? Now the backstory of this, if you've heard me channel about this before, you'll be like, this is familiar, and it's because I've channeled about it before. But it is because it is gold. I feel for people this is going to resonate with. It's gold. And also the bit I might not remember to say is that these two people they knew each other when they were younger. So again, this can be like you've known someone when you're a teenager. It could be like you've known each other when you're really young. Because in that film, like, they find the guy, David, who basically, right, it's a bit fucked up actually. Like I've said this before, but when you tell the storyline, you're like, how the fuck would that work in real life? But I mean, I suppose it does happen. It's like she is actually engaged to this guy, David's brother, right? And what's the guy? The guy's called George, right? So, but basically, they get across this sort of feeling that they've got quite a boring life because they're both dentists. That could be relevant too, but they're both dentists and they're both really, really similar. And they're just sort of getting across that it's like it's actually really boring when you're with someone that's that similar to you. And the whole thing is, the brother David goes travelling around the world and he's just meant to be a free spirit and he's just quite chill. And so what I got when I watched it is this what happens with a lot of films I watch. It's like he's the divine feminine energy that's like a free spirit, and he's always dancing and singing and being a bit wild and stuff like this. And it's like she's fallen into the matrix, the status quo, and she's ended up with his brother. But you get the gist that it's like, right, when they were kids, there was always some sort of pulling the pigtails, sort of not getting on thing between her and this David guy, right? So again, there's a lot of things in this. It could be that quite literally you knew each other when you were kids. I know that is the case for some of you. It could be that you knew each other when you were like teenagers, young adults. You could still consider yourself kids. Like, for instance, I knew mine when I was like a teenager going into an adult. I still don't feel like an adult, guys, and I'm 40 in a couple of months, so whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, I am an eternal child, literally, and I don't apologise for that. I never let go of my spiritual gifts when a lot of people are like, oh yeah, shut them off. It's like, no, I didn't want to let them go, so I didn't. I might have quieted a little bit while I had my teenage years and all that, but they just came on loud, like, you know, when they were meant to. But that could be relevant too. Like, you could find that a lot of your spiritual gifts are coming back that you maybe tapped into when you were a child, and or maybe you didn't. Fuck knows, different experiences. But yeah, this is a bit when this Lizzie is talking to George and David's gran, right? And so it is quite funny what happens, right? So I'll just read what she says. The gran says she was telling a story about a man that she dated before she married the grandpa, right? And the Lizzie's like, oh, why didn't you marry that guy? It sounds like you were really similar and you really got on. And she's like, yeah, he was a great guy, but why would I want to marry someone who's exactly like me, right? And then she starts talking about when she met the grandpa and married the grandpa, and she was like, he challenged me. Oh, I just got my eyes looked up as I was reading that at 11:11. They wanted me to see 11:11. So again, 11:11 is someone's having an awakening about. I feel this is like the divine masculine's having a huge awakening about their deeper feelings that they push down, or it's something. It'll be different for different people, because I'm just thinking about, I caught that bit of the holiday where the girl's realising she's in love, you know, because she'd shut off her feelings because of being hurt in the past. So I'm saying she and her, this could be about a guy as well, so whatever applies to your situation. But anyway, this is the gran talking about who she did end up marrying, right? He challenged me, and that was a good thing. And with him, I found I could always be myself, the real me. We had this wonderful connection. We used to call that zing. It's just a feeling. You can't force it, and you can't deny it if it's there. I don't know about you, but I've got that zing with my twin flame. Whatever that zing is, that's definitely what I've got with him. And it scares the shit out of him. Right, anyway, that might be the case with your situation as well. Every time that man held me in his arms, I would just go weak at the knees. And then this is what was quite funny. She says, I'm sure like you and David. Like, she just says it like it rolls off the tongue really naturally. And the character's like, you mean George? And then the grand's like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. And then the grand's like, oh shit. Because she saw exactly what was going on there. You know, that like, wait a minute, you picked the wrong brother. And like I said, I hope that's not an actual thing, because that sounds like sort of EastEnders. EastEnders here is a reality programme where there's always a murder going on, there's always an affair, there's always some kind of drama. That's why I'm saying that. So again, there could have been some kind of annoyance going on between you and your twin flame as well. You know, like you could have been at loggerheads a little bit, or it felt like there was a bit of competition or a bit of a war going on. That's common with twins too, because there's a bit of that in that film. You know, she keeps trying, basically she's in denial. Like, she keeps trying to tell herself that this David guy is really annoying and everything, where the whole time she's noticing, wait a minute, he's actually making me more the real me, and more exciting and more free and not so stiff, like, because she's just like a bit boring and sort of molding into what this George guy is like. My eyes have just been drawn to 1441 as well, mirrored numbers. And then this is a very romantic thing that her and, so right, the whole gist is, right, and this is quite interesting. This, I think, basically, I know that me catching that film is a huge sign about things to do with the split of the new earth and the old earth and the event and all this kind of stuff, because this week they told me I was to focus on stuff to do with the future and new earth, right? Arguably, I'm always doing that. It's always the past, the present, the future, because this is all happening simultaneously. And this is what I help in personal sessions, and this is all the stuff that I'm about. But there's something in this, because in that film, the guy she's engaged to, the brother, gets stuck on the other side of the bridge. So think about that as an analogy or a metaphor. It's like he's stuck. It's like he's stuck somewhere else so that they two can reconnect. So that might, again, that might have some sort of meaning too, but I take it to mean it is like her embracing the new and the new earth energy and seeing, wait a minute, this is my true life partner. Like this, David's my twin flame. I felt when I said that's going to have real significance. I felt it when I said it, because I don't. It's just it's yeah, interesting, because and yeah, you know what I mean. And like, right, when I was going to marry this guy, I was asleep. Basically, that's what it is. It's like when she's asleep, she gets engaged to this guy because it just makes sense and it's sensible. And then when the wild brother, returns from his travels, she's like, wait a minute, he's more a bit of me. That's how they're saying it to me. But anyway, so her and this David are watching a film together. Whether that's actually, I don't know. I was about to say it's a bit inappropriate, isn't it, when she's still engaged to the brother? But anyway, we'll move on. We'll not judge. It's a film, but it's quite funny when you're telling the story. So yeah, they're watching this film together, and this David's like, you know, like this is like that would never happen, blah blah or whatever, and he's, I don't know, but he says something like, I would be far more romantic. And she's like, all right, well, what would you do then? What would you do to romance someone? And then he says, right, she says, what would you say to that character? But obviously you can tell she's really sort of thinking, what would you say if that was me? And he says, and I can't remember, he says something else quite nice. He says, I'd, you know, take you out in a boat on sunset and all this kind of stuff, that must be significant, because it reminds me of the Notebook, you know, when they're in the boat and then the birds could be significant too, and then it starts raining, and then, you know, that's the whole famous scene where it's like, you know, it wasn't over for me, you know, and then he's like, you know, it wasn't over, it still isn't over, and then that's when they kiss, you know, and it's kind of like, and if you like the Notebook, you know, you're gonna fucking love that. I mean, who doesn't love that? But, and I was actually talking about the Notebook recently, that came up, someone was mentioning it to me, but so there's something again significant about 7 years here. Doesn't need to be 7 years exactly, but I feel that is going to be significant at some, because he drew me a memory on it flashed up that I posted in the community tab of a reading I'd done 7 years ago. But all the and I didn't interpret it, because it's, you know, it was oracle cards and you could see what the cards say. It looked like a compassionate embrace, the last card. Sending love, praying, I can't remember what they all said, but and also more importantly, it was the Sun, the best card in the deck, and the Justice card. So it feels like there's a karmic justice coming about, and a very happy unions. I was going to say reunion, but they were like, no, happy unions. Like, this is not a kind of coming together and going apart. So if you're still in that kind of getting together with your twin and you don't see them again for months or years or whatever, that's not for this. This is for someone where it's like, when you get together, you're staying together. And so he says, this is what he would say to the character. And he says, every time I hold you in my arms, I feel like I'm whole. I loved you yesterday. I love you today. I'll love you tomorrow. So, I know, rather romantic, guys, isn't it? So, let's just get on with this now. So, I'm going to shuffle these cards, because that was rather romantic. Oh yeah, that was the thing. The song that was on the Spotify when I pressed shuffle was this old dance song that I used to listen to on my playlist when I used to walk to the magical crystal shop that I worked in. Yeah, pretty well. It was longer than 7 years ago. And it's just, it basically it's called When the Sun Goes Down, I think, and it's just like, when the sun goes down, do 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 do. It's just got this cool wee, I don't know, tuney bit with the instruments, whatever it is, saxophone, because I love saxophone dance music. But I think it says something like, you know, doesn't matter where we are. It's something about it doesn't matter where you are as long as you're with that person. That's probably why I like the song. Right, and now I can put it back on the Spotify because I've read those things. Oh my god, there's something about Christmas here. All I want for Christmas is you. So Christmas is significant. So perhaps you already had some sort of union already around, you know, Christmas just passed, or well, if it's coming this Christmas, that's still a while off. So I'm going to assume that's going to have some sort of meaning for, or maybe the Divine Masculines had some sort of profound realisation over the Christmas period because of how much they missed you. That feels like it could be relevant, or it could have relevance to last Christmas, because that'd be really funny if last Christmas comes on. But I'm sure this came up before when I was doing this, right? So, whatever it means to you. What does this Divine Masculine want to say, though? Because you've got me out of my bed to give this message. I left when I saw you. Someone, oh, that's really interesting, because the song Dancing on My Own, Callum Scott came on just on an alarm, because I'm watching that film and just chilling, and it caught my attention because I do always feel like it's like one of the divine masculines out there trying to give me a message, for, like I said, for one of you guys out there, that somebody said to them that you're with someone else. So obviously that's not going to be for everyone, and at least we know with me that would make sense for me, because my one can see that I'm on here doing this. So it's that's a specific message for someone that but it could be like past energy, like I suppose even in the past, it could be for me that someone has said to him, I don't know, she's not interested in you, like I don't know, you just it's fuck knows. I do think that's happened along the line somewhere, but anyway, it really doesn't matter because mine wasn't ready for it anyway. But there's something, Peace of Mind just got a song called Peace of Mind just came on. So but there's something about your twin is either saw you with someone and got the wrong idea, or somebody's actually told them you're with someone else, something like that. What's another message? So many things remind me of you, and I knew exactly what I was doing. I feel I knew exactly what I was doing was like when this person was staying away from you, they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew that they would fall deeper in love with you, or that they would fall in love with you if they weren't already. But I'm getting the feeling it's like because of the whole "it was always you" thing, it's like this person knew they had to stay away from you because they were terrified of falling deeper in love with you. And we both know I'm not the one for you, so I feel they gave the impression that that you weren't right for each other, or like they just ghosted you. They just, I don't know, left you on red. Just that saying just came into my head. I hid who I really am from you. Yeah, they hid who they really were from you, and they hid how they really felt. Because in that film, that's what that guy does. Like he's basically in love with her from like a kid, but like he makes out that like he annoys her. Like that she annoys him. I'm starting to understand her connection, and then the woman realizes. I mean, he basically tells her that like it's always been you. That's why the film's called that. But she didn't know that. You see, she didn't know that until the very. I don't know if it's actually the very end of the film. And actually, it's quite important too because after that's why I think it's a bit more. I suppose acceptable is the word, that she's just been engaged to one brother and then she gets, together with the other one. Because there's a year apart. So that when she's realising shit, I'm in love with him, she breaks off the engagement when the guy comes back, and then she doesn't get with the other one right away. Like the other one goes travelling again. No, I think she goes travelling. She goes and ticks off the things on her list that she never done as a child. Because that's the thing that's really sweet. So there's something about your divine masculine, like recognising and knowing you a lot better than what you think they do. Because in that film, he remembers all these things about her from when they were younger, and he basically encourages her to go and live those dreams, And so they spend a year apart, and she goes and visits all these things. Now, what is it? I don't even know where that is. Maybe it's Italy or Rome or something. The Trestine Chapel or something like that. I don't know. It must be like a famous thing because it's like all the things in the list. But I think it was in Italy. I think it was all the places in Italy. So Italy might be significant. And she goes away and does that, and then it's when she comes back and they're at the wedding of, I think it's maybe your sister. Yeah, she's, her and David reconnect again, and it's the right time. And wow, and a year ago came on too. So there is something about here that I do feel I'm channeling a message here, that it's like these are the twins where there might be like really complicated situations where your twin is with some, like either engaged to somebody else, married to somebody else, could have children with someone, it could be all of this. And it's like you have to wait at least a year. Some people it's longer. Some people I'm channeling what you've already went through. Like it could even be like 7 years longer, whatever. It's like, but it's like something needs to play out. Like this was a destined contract with someone else, for people to grow into who they are and everything. And then it's like you're going to reconnect and it'll be the right time, because that's what happens in that film. Right, okay, so is that all the was going to use a spread for, oh, where is it? Let's just do that one. So what's a, I don't know what to do. I'm like, what will I do? These cards are so long. I'll use some of them. I'm like, I can't bother using them because they're so long, but right. What's a special gift that somebody has? If this is their reading, probably a divine masculine, but divine feminine if it comes in. What's a special gift that this twin flame that's watching this has? Sword of Assertion. Paladin of Activations. Let's see what that... I did pull it in reverse, but let's see what that is. So... I'm not big on using the books, guys, but I have to for these because I have no idea what that corresponds to for the... Let's see. Oh, anchoring light. Oh, that's really important. Right, okay, so you may... Yeah, you're basically... Yeah, you're a light worker, you're someone that's anchoring light here on the planet. So I feel that's probably going to resonate for all of us. But again, you could be like specifically like a grid worker. Like that's one of the many things that my soul chose to do. Like when you're guided to go to different places to seed the light. Interestingly enough, that's what I was saying recently. That's what I was guided to do when I was guided to visit my best friend who lived in Italy at the time. And because I was guided to seed the light in Venice before all the pandemic stuff came out. So there's connections to Italy here. That's kind of interesting. So, unfazed by obstacles and fueled by determination, you take action swiftly and assertively. Be careful not to become overbearing. Oh, I'll pause that. Right, guys, so whenever the buzzer goes as well, that's important because that song to me is about reunions. Never give up. Lions might be significant too, but if you've ever watched that film or you ever go watch that film, just make sure you're strong enough because I would never watch it again. It's a brilliant film, but it's got things about... It's just got really graphic, horrible... It's just got horrible things. I'm far too sensitive and I can't even begin to think about it when I'm in a Pisces moon. But it's just got... It plants the seed of things that are... Well, it is things that go on in the world that are really dark. And it's just... I couldn't stop crying. I was hyperventilating, like, before... While I was watching it and then after. And then, besides from that, I was also... howling, crying, and I saw that years and years and years ago it makes me laugh because I saw it with my really, really grounded best friend. But I mean, still, even she never heard the end of how much I love my twin flame, but it's kind of like, but anyway, so the point is it's about, like, there's a union, but it's actually, there's something about, there's just mother healing keeps coming in here as well. Because it's actually a reunion with his mum. Like he's taken away. Does he get lost or is he taken away? Well, anyway, he split up from his family, his mum, for like years, and then he reunites with her again. And it's just, it's so sad. But I knew that at the time they were telling me that that's how it would be when I see my twin again, and just all twin flames. Like that, it's God, so we're talking about emotional unions and reunions here, because that is what that film means to me. But there could be something significant about lions. Could be a power animal or something. And I was just saying to someone recently that lions are a power animal I see a lot for divine masculines. For one of the many. But yeah, someone's gift here is that, and that spread is in the way of what's your gift as a person. But I actually feel what they're telling me is it's like the gift is somebody's got the clarity that they want to take action on something. So, because I'm feeling that actually must be the Ace of Swords. That's what I'm getting from that. Well, it could be the Ace of Wands, but who knows, whatever it is, that's the message that's coming through. Right, so I'll loosely follow this spread. So what else do we need to know here? So that's because it says what's a strength for a gift you have, but I'm taking it mean that's the strength that someone's come into. They've got the clarity. And in that film that I was channeling about, that's what she gets. Like, she's confused, and there's that song again. That's the one about jealousy. She's all I want to be. That's the one that I channeled about in the live stream. Basically, I can't remember going into all again, but it's just basically throughout that whole song, the girl's singing about knowing that the person she likes is attention is going elsewhere. You know, it's like an insecurity vibe. So it always kind of reminds me of like a karmic energy, knowing or either knowing exactly who someone's twin is or feeling there's someone else, just sensing it. And what I would always sort of say is if that, you know what I mean, I just don't get it, but I do get it because this is what I help people with. But it's kind of like, why chase after somebody that wants somebody else? Like, even when it's your twin flame, that's why I'm here to say that all the time. Like, actually, that's my strength. That would be another spin on that card. Like, I know who I love. I've always known who, you know what I mean? Who I've had deep feelings for a very long time. But if they're not showing signs or acting like they feel that way back about me, even if I know they really do, I'm not going to fucking hang around for it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to chase after the person. So somebody needs to hear that too. And it's like, but they want me to say that to the karmic energies too. Like, address why that is coming up in you, that you want to keep a hold on somebody that doesn't really want you. Like, so I don't know, that's a message that's coming through for whoever. Your life, what's happening right now? So let's use these cards again. What's happening in this person's life right now? So actually, the fact that that song came on, that could indicate that there is a jealous energy either present, which again, like I was saying, it's understandable if somebody is actually still with someone and having a realisation that about being in love with a twin. Because actually, think about it, that is what happens in that film. And that's what, that's, okay, so I do get it. With all the bits and bobs that I've added from this, this is definitely going to be for some of the twins out there where your twin is with someone else, possibly even married to someone else, or this could be past energy, remember. But it's about, it's about giving a bit of hope that, when someone's not with the right person, it all sort of works itself out, because that is I've seen it with loads of the twins that I've helped over the years. But you arguably you do have to have a lot of patience, because think about The Notebook too. You know what I mean? They're apart for a long time, but the point is, true love stories never have endings. To people, when you're in love with someone like that, you don't forget about them. The feelings just grow stronger and stronger, and that's what twin flames are about. The bond grows stronger. But yeah, in that recent film that I was channeling about, think about, like, she's still technically engaged to somebody, and then she has to have the year apart, because it's just, you know what I mean, to heal and to find herself before getting into another relationship. So that's Ace of Pentacles. So again, it's like, what was the question? Your life, what's happening right now? Yeah, so it's like somebody is like, now this is like a gift from the universe, but I'm going to see what it says. Like, somebody, oh my god, I've just opened up a celebration, 4 of light, because that must be that's the 4 of wands. That is the union card. And also it's 33, divine masculine energy. So piecing all that together, I'd say a divine masculine wants to come forward with an offer for union. Boom, drop the mic, love it. It's time to commemorate milestones, gather your loved ones around you, share gratitude for their support, and celebrate what's been achieved. I feel that's the ancestors, guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, spirit, celebrating the unions that are coming in here as well, whenever I'm channeling this for, because it's, it can be further down the line. Someone's been in their cave healing, because I just opened the book at a card that says cave. Someone's coming out a man cave or a woman cave. That's okay. After going through a dark night of soul. Yeah, it makes sense. Right. So, the time is right for your visions and goals to prosper. Revel in the abundance of support available and meet it with your clear intention and strategy. Well, that's the card that came out when I first used this deck. So it's like somebody's, they know they've got the clarity, because I feel it was Ace of Swords. Even if it was Ace of Wands, it's like they've got the clarity, they're taking action, they're going forward with this offer for a union. Very clear that. What's this wee card that's sort of hanging about here? Chuck it back if it's a bad one. Karmic relationship, we're chucking it back. But yeah, but being serious, look, that even makes sense of what I'm saying. That someone in who I'm channeling this for, probably the divine masculine, has been in a karmic relationship. but they've learned what they need to learn. That cycle's completing, or it will complete at some point, even if that is like still 6 months, a year away for someone, whoever I'm channeling for, or it's already complete. You know, it depends who this is making sense to. But it could also be like what I said before, you and your twin flame have had a bit of a karmic cycle going on. Like, because in that film, remember, they're like acting like they don't like each other, and really they do like each other. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. And fucking hell, I said that differently when I channeled it the other day. It's like, I said it like letting go, loving you, right? But now it's like letting go and loving you. Like, if somebody is not treating you the way that you deserve, twin flame, karmic, whoever the fuck they are, treat yourself the way you deserve. That's because it's near Halloween. I always Halloween. I meant Valentine's and I said Halloween. Maybe Halloween's significant too. That is so funny. But you know what I mean? I usually always say that around Halloween. Like, be your own best friend. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. All that kind of stuff, because it's cheesy, but it's true. You should be your own twin flame, your own love of your life. I've been saying that even before I came out my twin flame closet. So the last 10 years when I'm doing this. Something, but now you know that behind it was that, what I was going through behind the scenes. Something that supports your happiness. Something that supports your happiness. I feel I want to go to this deck. Oh, when I picked up that deck, the Three of Swords was behind it, and it's the one that literally describes it. So, heartbreak, suffering, grief, divorce, depression, loss, surgery. So again, I know that I can feel very strongly that this is speaking to whoever it needs to, and it'll be a few different people in these situations, but it's definitely some of the, and again, the weird thing is, it could still speak to you even if you're about to come into union. This might be similar things to what you've went through, but there is something here about, for presently, I feel like some people may be in like some kind of karmic relationship that they will end up getting a divorce from. That's a really specific download. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. And you know, just to clarify, the song's going to end. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Fucking hell. Sorry guys. That's like, that's just, God is amazing. Because it's God speaking through me. And then look at this. If you're ready, come and get it. Na, 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 na. Like, that's, to me, is a divine feminine. So I'm channeling two storylines at once here, because I can feel I'm channeling for the unions that are about to come in, because you might have went through all of this already. And also simultaneously, this is to give a bit of hope of people that are in quite hopeless situations. That, yeah, it's almost like I can feel like a twin flame, divine feminine, knowing somebody is their twin flame, but witnessing them stuck in a karmic relationship, possibly where the masculine doesn't know that yet, or they do know it and they're in denial. Something like that. God, I can't believe that. That was crazy. Right. So, what was I forgot the question. Something that supports your happiness. Soul power. And then look, there's the bird. So again, significance about birds here. Always remember, you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul power, your soul is the true essence of, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. But that card now always reminds me of the thing on my wall that says, good friends remind you how to fly when you forgot your wings, when you've lost your, something like that. Good friends remind you how to fly. Something like that. That's on my wall. Right, so, and I just shuffled and then lights on the bottom. I think someone's been enlightened to something. Right, I just want to quickly speed through this. An obstacle or a challenge you're overcoming. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's just definitely this, there's definitely something here about someone being engaged to someone else, married to someone else, in a long-term relationship, then having the sudden epiphany, and it all sort of working itself out. So again, I sincerely hope that the people, and it could even be around the age of 40, this works out for people. Whether that is you now or about to be like me, or but this, well, I was going to say this is my story, but you never know. It's to be honest, I've connected with people over the years before, and I can feel. I just hope that this is reaching the people it needs to. Right. It's just very clear. It's you couldn't really, again, crystal clear visions. I'm here to give clarity, and it's just very clear to me. An obstacle or challenge you're overcoming. Well, I think that would, the card that I'd shown was the karmic one. That's the obstacle. Oh, I think these came out in a session. Talking and acts, right? I just picked them up. Temperance. Oh, wow, yeah. So look, it's like balancing out of the energies. The angels are bringing this union together, as above, so below. So, oh, and then celebrations on the bottom again. Yeah, union. There's a union coming together, but it's all coming together and quite, yeah, that's clever. That is why they got me to find that film. And also, 14 on that card, and my eyes got drawn to 41, so it's like 144. This is like a destined, I mean, all twin flame connections are destined. I just got drawn the sun card when I was trying to find that as well. Justice as well. Yeah, there's karmic justice coming in for something that's like been held up. Us, a song called Us has just come on, James Bay. That reminds me, I woke up this morning with a song in my head. I don't even know it very well, and it's not even like I particularly like it, but I'm sure it was one of his songs. Oh, that's it. I think it must be on a film, but it's like, 'cause you got one life and I want you in it. I think that might be a recent one of his or something, but it's something that's the only line I heard. So it's like someone must be having this feeling of, I've only got one life and I want to live it with you. That sounds like another song, but that's what I woke up with, so that they just reminded me. This card's about balance. It invites you to take the middle path, see both sides of different perspectives of a situation, and hold space as a peacekeeper rather than adding fuel to the fire. Patience and moderation are the keys right now. Find your balance centre, which is what twin flames are about. This is why this is about a union. So remember, if you're the storyline where someone's with someone else, you're going to need to be patient. Something needs to play out. If you've already went through that bit, be excited. This is about a union coming in. So it's two different storylines here. Temperance also suggests bridging the earthly and the spiritual. Oh my God, remember that film has a thing about a bridge? Listening to the whispers of your soul while being grounded in the physical. And that's what Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine are about. You're one's grounded in the physical, one's bringing in the spiritual, you're meeting in the middle. Now this is about, look, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. Again, these cards are funny because they always kind of need to spoil it with something, but look, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Well, I've mentioned all of these kind of things, so there could have been ghosting involved, and there's always is in a twin flame connection. But again, the storyline about someone, I do feel a karmic relationship is going to break up at some point, and then this union will come together. So you'll know if that's you. You might not know. Some people might not know, but I feel that's going to be for people that know that and needed a bit of hope. And for others, it's like there's a message coming, a weighted message coming. And I'm just laughing because like that literally is, those two cards were something that I'd pulled out for someone recently, and it's like they just made my hands grab to it. So, and it's not always it's going to make sense with someone that I've pulled that for, but I mean, how do I know? It might. Right, what else do we need to know here? What else is like a challenge to overcome? Not today. Well, it might not be, but then that makes perfect sense. Yeah, it might not be happening today. It might not even be happening this year. As if someone's playing something out with karmic energy, but it will come together. So I feel really emotional. I feel like somebody really was asking for this. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. That could have meaning, and 1,000 years has just come on, Christina Perry. So obviously, that's, maybe not obviously, but that is a song that's very special to me, and it's been the whole twin flame journey, or a big chunk of it. But that must really speak to somebody else out there as well. outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head again. So I feel that's for the awakening person. Right, what your angels want you to know, and I think I'll swap from these cards to what ones? Oh, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to get ones from over there. Yeah, with the way that was worded, it really reminded me of these angel prayer cards. So there must be something in this. So what does your angels want you to know? Whoever this is for. So I'm going to do two things. We're going to be like, if you're headed for an imminent union, whoever you are, what is a message? But this could still make sense to the one if you've got all the drama to unfold. Basically, that's what this feels like. Yeah, look, that makes sense. Live your joy. Yeah, because keep being happy and living your joy because you're headed for union. And even if it's union within yourself before the physical union, that's something to be celebrated because then that comes after. But remember, you can be in that state for quite some time because I've been in that state for quite some time. So that's why I've been saying that a lot recently. But it's like, look, I'm all about getting people excited and, visualizing and creating their highest timeline. But I also have got that practical, like, keeping it grounded with people because so many people, the affirmation is if I put up my all into something, I know I can crush it. That just popped up when I was saying that. It's like, basically why channel energy and negative energy and expecting the worst? Like, expect a miracle. It just makes sense. Try to reprogram yourself to believe that, because I'm great at helping other people believe that, and I work at that hard for myself every day too. But you have to work at it every day. It's not like, oh, I'll do a little bit of hypnosis or I'll do a little bit of healing and that's me done. No, it is a lifelong process of reprogramming your subconscious from the matrix programming. But maybe not lifelong. When we're in the magical new earth energies, maybe we won't need to do all this stuff anymore. But right now, that's not the case. So that's what I mean. I'm a bit more grounded with stuff like that. I bring in the temperance, the balance of both, really. But yeah, so I really do feel I have to say that because it's like I've been on this journey a long time and you can feel like something's about to happen, and it really does feel like something's about to happen. I know it does, right? But I've been through that for years and nothing happens. So, but it's like at the same time, don't let that put a dampener on you. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Because it will happen one of these times. It's you're tapping into what is happening, going to happen at some point. But that's why you have to live your joy, because you just don't know when it's going to happen. Even if you think you know, you don't. So just let it go. And I'm very much channeling the new moon in Aquarius, expect unexpected, unpredictability energy there, along with the surrender for a miracle Pisces, because we're in Pisces moon right now. Thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. Love it. Right, now give us one for like the ones that are perhaps, having to wait for something to play out in their twin flame's life. Whether, and again, this can make sense to whoever, wherever. You'll know. Wow, there's the Divine Mother, and that makes sense. If you're having to know that somebody is your twin flame, but they're in a situation where you can't be with each other right now for whatever reason, allow the Divine Mother, Mother Mary, unconditional love to come into yourself. And also that's very beautiful, isn't it, that picture? Thank you, Divine Mother. I feel someone may have eyes like this. You're your twin or something. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. Like, you're being given the gift of extra time. Reframe it. You're being given time. I feel like it might be a year, again, who knows, but I feel there might be something about a year. There might be something like a year from now. If you spend this year really loving yourself and coming to union with yourself, who knows what could come about in a year. Open your heart, Archangel Shamiel. Thank you for Shamiel for removing the barriers around my heart. Yeah, there's something about this. It's like somebody's divine masculine has to play out something in a karmic situation. And if you're the divine feminine, regardless of your gender, you need to work on taking the barriers down around your heart. Again, I know that's quite triggering and it's going to annoy people, but again, I'm just delivering the message. But a song is on called I Want You. And I feel if you do that, someone will come at you in the future, like wanting you. And guess what? It's because you wanted yourself. You gave that love, unconditional love, and desire to yourself. Wow. what your guides want you to know. Now, this is quite funny, right? Now, I've not used these for ages, but now that I've found them again, I'm going to use them in the lives. It's questions. So, this is a question that your guide wants you to ask yourself. Oh, 2. Why am I doing the things I'm doing right now? So, why are you doing the things you're doing right now? Are you living in truth and integrity and alignment with who you are? Or are you living a lie? Only you're going to know. And you can choose again. You can adjust accordingly. Am I focusing more on what my life looks like than what it feels like? Oh my God. I am actually gobsmacked, because that's exactly what that woman's doing in that film. And that's what the guy calls her out on. The guy that's meant to be like her twin flame, you know, the wild sort of brother guy, is like, he did, what did he say again? He said something, that's the bit I just paused at actually. He said something like, you know, I think you want to look a certain way, like you want to look like you know, you're doing the sensible thing and you're doing what's expected of you. He said, but I actually think you want to be, I think you want to throw caution to the wind and be a bit wild. He's talking about ice cream, that's what it is. She's like, oh, I just like vanilla and that's it. And he's like, well, I actually think you're a chocolate fudge sundae with sprinkles or something like that. But yeah, wow, that's crazy. I love them. I love that. I love how they made me get them. Right, so, and again, think about it. That is such a perfect, like, that's a perfect, like, I can, metaphor, I'm always like, metaphor, analogy, I always have to sort of stop to be like, which one is it? But whatever, it's kind of like, it is an example of what twin flames do for each other. You do trigger each other. Like, if someone isn't living their truth, it's like, you're not being true to yourself. But if someone's in denial, they might not be able to see that themselves until they do. What your heart wants you to know. So, that reminds me of that Selena Gomez song, What the Heart Wants, and that's all I know. But, yeah, because it's on that song, I Want You, someone is coming to the conclusion that they want you. Or they will, if it's for those of you that someone's having to play out a karmic thing. Again, they're pulling out secrets because it's a Pisces moon, and because my Pluto is in the 12th house, which is Pisces energy. It's like I'm telling you, someone has put out a plea, I feel, for clarity on something. That's what I can feel. Right, so, and again, if the names in that don't fit, just let that slide, because I don't do that a lot. So when I do, look, I want to get back together, I miss you so much. That's a message from someone's divine masculine. Let's meet up and tell each other how we feel. So that feels like that's going to fit for why I keep saying an imminent celebration union. And I'm so sorry I took you for granted. I didn't understand my feelings in the past. I feel that actually, just in case we need a thumbnail, I feel that look, and I fantasise about you every day. I feel that one's actually coming in for the ones that are, like, I know it's not very nice, but that's what I heard, unfortunately, with someone else, that if it makes you feel any better, this person's fantasising about you every day. Kind of reminds me of that. So this is definitely picking up on the wave of twins, that song that I picked up from that clip the other day. Eyes Closed, Halsey. Because the whole song is about, if I keep my eyes closed, they look just like you. And again, it makes me want to laugh, but I do feel it's significant for, like, oh God, I feel like this divine masculine might have, like, literally picked somebody that looks like you, a twin. That's what I can feel. This is fucking hell, man. Anyway, right, so, but again, it's like they might not have connected the dots of why that's happened, but so that's really specific. That's just going to speak to you if that's you. Right, so what was the last thing? Where's my wee cards? We'll do a message from the feminine. Oh, they're through here. Right, sorry I didn't pause, but whatever. A message from a feminine to a masculine, regardless of gender. Oh, You can achieve anything you set your mind to. Yeah, so that kind of feels like an energy coming from a divine feminine that maybe I feel somebody is like, this feels like someone's trapped. That's what I'm feeling. Whether this is presently, and I do feel it is presently for some, or it's some kind of past, someone was trapped. Someone was trapped, or they are trapped. And it's like the feminine's energy is like encouraging them to find their strength, to do whatever it is they want to do that is right for them. It's like around controlling people. Someone will mention me to you today. So if you're the feminine here, and someone is going to mention, so it's either literally mentioning you to your masculine, or perhaps like your name comes up to the masculine and they're not talking about you, but it reminds your masculine of you, triggers something. And then love is a battlefield. Yeah, I'm telling you, you know, it's quite a juicy one, isn't it? But it's not going to be very fun if you're in it. So I'm sending love if you're open to it, and prayers, and I can help you, you know, if you're, you know, you need to, basically, because whoever you are, if you're a masculine stuck in a situation, I can help you because you need somebody to listen to you. I'm a counsellor as well as a healer. If you're a feminine that is in this, I can help you and listen to you and support you. So, because I've helped loads of people with similar things. Separation is so hard, but it's making us stronger for union. We're invincible and unstoppable together, and that's got a bit of a different spin in it. If there's, you know, karmic things involved, which there always are, but that can also be if the separation wasn't anything like that. Even if you express yourself by sharing my song, I'd love that, but I feel that as like you're going to hear a song today that reminds you, and it might be something about like, you're my best friend. That's from the break. Oh God, that's from the breakup. Yeah, fucking hell. It's they just keep telling me, whoever's thinking somebody's like loved up that same forever because of whatever situation, it's not. There will be a breakup further down the line, and it's sorry, it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable saying that, because it's like, it's almost like celebrating someone's breakup, but it's kind of like, it feels like it would be celebrating a breakup because it feels like someone is with someone that's like it. Basically, I feel this is somebody that's been trapped by manipulation, control, spell work. There's something. It's different for different people, but I can feel it. Right. Anyway, I'm going to tap out of this. What let's get a Mary Magdalene and Jesus card, because the shorts that I'm going to release later on had just that. Not from this deck, but it was a very special card, which is another indication that there are current unions going on. So what, like I always say, hold space for the people that are imminently about coming to union, because that'll be something that you would want people to do for you when you're at that bit. The third power, humility is my greatest strength. I feel this masculine's going to be coming in very humble, and that's what I'm feeling. The red thread, good recognises good, and that's that reminds me what I always say, that you and it doesn't matter what way you and your twin flame go, you're always connected by the red string of fate. Oh my God, and right, we're ending it. I can't, this is just wow. This is why astrology matters, guys. Pisces moon to me is about soulmates and twin flames. There's very important twin flame unions coming together. There's twin flame unions that feel very connected to Mary Magdalene and Jesus. Mary Magdalene and Jesus are guiding, and it's not just two people, it is all the twins that feel, and it's not all the, put it this way, if you feel connected to Mary Magdalene and Jesus, it doesn't mean, oh, your union is imminent. For some of you, yes, but for others, they're guiding you through the process of whatever you need to go through. But that's important, because my head's on fire, so the crown chakra activations are going on for the people that this is happening to. You would just know it, like, but you'll find out anyway. True love all exists through love. Wow. Like I said, I'll put the shorts below. I might publish it sooner, but there was another Mary Magdalene Jesus card that came out as well. Right. Whatever, I'm going to just let go and trust that whoever needed to find this message will find it. Whatever situation you're in. Someone, oh my God, yeah, someone might have green eyes, because Pretty Green Eyes just came on as well. So there's a blue eyes and a green eyes going on. Again, if there's different coloured eyes, let that bit go. But I'm going to go. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.